Hey, let's have a talk. If you struggle with overthinking or struggle with thinking rationally in emotionally intense situations, this video is exactly for you. Today I'm going to tell you everything about emotional control, the mindset you need for it, how to overcome overthinking, how to navigate your rationality during emotionally intense situations, the theory and the mindset shift, and the practical methods how to deal with loud thoughts in your brain, how to quiet them down. Let's get right into it. Our emotions are very volatile, but we still can grasp onto control. Emotion number one that prevents us from thinking rationally in emotional situations is fear. To overcome fear and gain your control back from your thoughts, you will have to understand these things. There are no problems in the now. People are constantly overthinking either about their past or future. Oh my god, what if I fail this test? Oh my god, I miss how life used to be, blah blah blah. If you step out and think about the moment right now, you don't actually have any problems right now. If you're stressed or overthinking, it's most likely you're overthinking past or the future situations. If you have an emergency situation, a problem in this exact moment, you do not have time to focus on your emotions and to let your emotions control you. You quickly enter emergency state and you go and fix that problem urgently. When you have an emergency moment in the now, the only place your thoughts are at, how do I solve it right now? You're in emergency. You don't have time to overthink. You're so focused on solving the problem, you just don't have emotional capacity for that. So there is no point of stressing about that because you can't do anything about it. You can't. You can either stress about it, create scenarios, and push your emotions, or you can just lay back and relax and say, you know what, it is what it is. Right now, I'm okay. Whenever your thoughts get really, really loud and it feels like you just can't get control, you just can't pull yourself together, there is a very, very quiet voice at the back of your head telling you what's actually right for you. It's always there, and maybe you even noticed it, but because your thoughts are so loud and so noisy, you automatically think that's because it's so little, it probably is not significant, which is total opposite. If you practice emotional control and thought control over time, you will notice how the loud noises are getting quieter and quieter and the silent voice in your head is getting louder and louder, which is your rational thinking voice. This is why it's so quiet, because your mind does not want to be stripped of that power. Your fear does not want to die. Your fear does not want you to become in control of your own emotions. Because why would it? It's the death for fear, right? Because who would actually be in control of your life? You? Really? No way. Your mind does not want to let go of that control. Because imagine how powerful you are once you control your mind, once you control your thoughts, once you actually can control, like, oh, this, I don't want to think this. Oh, this I really like. I'm going to think like this. How to actually mute down the fears and overthinking and thoughts and let your quieter voice speak up. Meditating biologically, physically changes the structure of our brain. You're literally evolving your brain by meditating, and it changes the structure of your brain, which allows you to be more mindful of your thoughts and more mindful of what you think or what you don't think. Whenever your thoughts are too loud and overthinking is too loud and you feel that anxiety and stress building up and you're about to do something stupid or about to act on your emotions because it's just has a chokehold on you, you choose one priority for this situation. For example, if you're overthinking about your ex and suddenly you start missing them, but you also hate them, but you miss them so much and you're about to call them, like you are sleep deprived or you're in your period and you're just in really bad mood and life sucks and you just want them back and you just want one more chance. As soon as you feel that meltdown approaching, you set yourself a priority. You go, no matter what my thoughts and feelings are, no matter how loud my thoughts get, I will not call him. And you just don't. You will think about it, but you're like, okay, this is a priority I've set for myself, this is a promise I made to myself, and I'm actually committing to it. When that emotional storm passes and you haven't called him, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I did not know I could do that. I did not know I could actually stick to it, you know? Over time, you also build up that trust with yourself. You will start showing up for yourself, and you're like, whoa, actually, I can do way more than I think I can do. I can handle more than I think I can handle. I can resist my thoughts more than I thought I could. Physically move your body. That also automatically sets you in present moment. That's also a really good method of not only dealing with your emotions and getting your control back, but also just physically getting out the stress. Going for a run is really good. Emotional control cannot be achieved without dissociating from your thoughts. When you are stuck in overthinking moment, you are the thinker. It feels like you're the one thinking your thoughts. In reality, it's your mind playing those thoughts for you. If you dissociate from your mind and you disassociate from your thoughts and you observe them, you will realize that actually you're not the one thinking the thoughts. When I first heard about this, I was like, what do you mean? I can't stop thinking about them? Like, there's just such a huge thought overflow. You want me to observe it? I already can't think straight. And I couldn't figure it out because no one was talking about how to do it. Everyone's just like, yep, observe them, don't think them. So how do you actually just observe your thoughts and not think them? It is challenging and it requires practice, but it's completely possible. As I said before, meditating helps a lot as it develops your mindfulness skills, which allows then your subconsciousness to be more mindful and work with you and not against you. If you're going to observe your thoughts, understand that emotions come and go. Our emotions are only temporary, and sometimes emotions don't even tell us anything about the present moment. Sometimes just something triggers us, and it does not even tell us anything about the situation we're currently in. You have to feel your emotions and then let them go. Never suppress your feelings because they will build up and then come out in a bad way. And just for you, you're just gonna have a meltdown, and who knows what that could ruin for you and your life. What you're going to do, you're going to let yourself get consumed by emotions, but only enough to feel them. You're going to feel them through, you're going to let them all in, let it all in, and then breathe out and let it pass right out. You don't suppress it and you don't start adding more to it. Don't start feeding the emotions. Don't feed the fear. Don't overthink more and don't push yourself, please. First time, it will be hard. It will be tempting to just keep dwelling on those emotions, but the time that you get it right, you're going to feel so powerful. You're going to be like, what did I just do? What just happened? I faced my emotions and they didn't take over me. I actually didn't act on them. Wow. Honestly, that feeling is so empowering, and that's when you start to discover how much control over your emotion and your mind you actually have. How is your mind and emotional control related? Our mind can actually be the most powerful free tool to us. Once you master your mind, there's no stop to you. Because often what happens is our mind starts playing tricks on us, it starts using our fears against us to remain in control of us. But once you take that control back and you master your mind and it becomes your best friend and your best tool, no one in the entire world can manipulate you, gaslight you, or use you against you. Your mind will not want you to have control over your emotions because that's the only power it has over you. Your mind is comfortable of having leverage over you. Your mind is comfortable in having fear and emotions play against you so you can do whatever it wants you to do. Take care of yourself. People don't give it enough credit how much you have to care for yourself and how much the relationship of yourself with yourself plays a role in your emotional control. Because if you don't validate your emotions and you just suppress them, as I said before, they have a tendency to coming out in very nasty, bad ways. You could get angry and say the words you regret towards someone you love, and once the words are out, there's no going back. To avoid that, you are going to have to validate your own emotions no matter what other people tell you, okay? Other people are not you, they have not walked in your shoes. There's a way why you acted how you acted, and if these people walked in the same shoes as you your whole life, they would have probably done exactly the same thing. People often say, like, oh, if I were you, I wouldn't do it like that. Okay, but you're not me. If you were in my body for a day, yeah, maybe you would have acted differently. But if you were in my body my whole life, since my birth until now, and you walked all the same situations, if you've been through all the same situations, all the same problems, if you've gotten through all the shit that I've gotten through, I think you would do exactly the same thing that I did. Allow yourself time. This is not an overnight process. Emotional control requires practice, a lot of time, a lot of healing, and a lot of discipline to actually get there. It's a step-by-step process, and it's not even day-by-day process. It's the healing, those triggers process. It's getting to know yourself. It's learning what the emotion is telling you process, which obviously takes time. Our emotions are not just annoying yapping things in our minds and our thoughts. Our emotions are actually messengers. As I said before, our emotions come out when we get triggered by something. So actually, our emotions are meant to tell us what we still need to heal. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really happy if I was able to help you or guide you on your emotional control. Please leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.